Imam, yes. If you will give us the floor, or give us the forum, I will gladly take that opportunity to commence an abolition now movement at the Parliament of the World Religions.
Are you with him?
And the reason why is not just the great quote that I hope the press that's here uses, that nuclear weapons are neither halal nor kosher, but because the terrible power to destroy ourselves and the readiness to unleash it is the backbone of daily nuclear deterrence. Strategic stability rests on mutual preparedness to do so. Today, it actually means multiple states are prepared, signaling the willingness to annihilate humanity and toss creation back to the wasteland of the early stages of Genesis. Some say that with proper management, the inherent dangers of nuclear weapons can be controlled, and the posture of threatening to use these devices is normal, safe, sane, rational, reasonable, and acceptable. The situation, however, is in fact abnormal, immeasurably dangerous, and morally unacceptable. It is certainly not reasonable to expect to rely in perpetuity on the infallibility of humans and machines, because we are very fallible creatures. If William Wilberforce, the great British abolitionist, had only called for better management of slavery, that horrible institution would still be shadowing us today. The possession and threat to use nuclear weapons in the pursuit of security represents unprecedented folly of the highest order and an expression of the law of power in its most raw and primitive form. As Senator Alan Cranston used to say, the weapons are unworthy of civilization, which must rest on morality and the power of law. That is why we so strongly support Secretary General Ban Ki-moon's call for a nuclear weapons convention or framework of agreements which will establish the verifiable, legally enforceable, universal elimination of nuclear weapons. Cutting off the production of fissile material, strengthening safeguards, verification measures, stopping nuclear testing, all these important incremental steps and so many other threat-reducing steps are part of the process. But the end point must be established clearly now. The political will to move forward on the incremental steps, which are just stalled, can be galvanized only once negotiations on elimination commence. However long it takes to complete, it's time to start the negotiation process now. But for people of faith, this love of the ultimate power is a distortion of our humanity and a fissure of human solidarity. This insight is so clearly expressed in the Holy See statement, Nuclear Disarmament, a Time for Abolition. This is one of the many reasons we are inspired by Pope Francis's leadership. His call, and I quote, "Now is the time to affirm not only the immorality of the use of nuclear weapons, but the immorality of their possession, thereby clearing the road to nuclear abolition." This message must be shared in every church, mosque, synagogue, these hallowed halls of the UN, and every parliament and Congress everywhere. It is that important. We are called, however, to doing far better than simply getting along. We are called to learn to love one another and become fully human. Let that calling be the magnet that moves the moral compass for the abolition of nuclear weapons. We can and will help move the world's nations from the very hazardous love of this ultimate power to the life-giving power of ultimate love. Michael, would you bring us home? May love guide us. May courage fill our hearts. May faith give us certitude in all that is good and all that is holy. May the humility to rely on the power of love and compassion inform us. May the wisdom to be effective be clear to us. May the intelligence to apply that wisdom be gifted to us. And may we be the peace within ourselves that we want to see in the eyes of our children, in the eyes of our friends, and to live in a world that doesn't risk ending the world. Let us be the hands that reach out and bring the world together in the way the great Creator who has gifted us this short moment together has told us in so many ways that it is intended. In the name of all that is good, all that is holy, all that is sacred, may that love fill us and guide us as we be the change that we want to see. Amen.
Amen.